I've been joking about the SEC not being a football conference, but a basketball conference now. But it's not a joke, nor is it a fluke. It's all by design. Can you point to a time when conference leadership decided we need to dominate in basketball just as we do in football and build it as such? Like, exactly when did that build out begin?
Jim, step back for a second and just let's look at the Olympic sports. You tell me a conference in a country that does a better job in the Olympic sports area than the SEC. Step back and look at women's sports. You will not find a conference in a country that does a better job supporting women's sports across the board. We've got a golf natty. We got a golf national championship, and we're like ranked second in the country. Our women's golf team went to the Elite Eight last year. We like to say at Auburn we're kind of an everything school. And I just think it's just an unbelievable commitment from the SEC. It started with Mike Slive years ago, who basically called out his coaches and ADs and said, this is ridiculous. Like, we're doing it in every other sport. And men's basketball was incredibly far behind. Unfortunately, we lost Mike too soon to prostate cancer. But all he did was turn the reins over to Greg Sankey, who is, he's 3 steps ahead of everybody else in the NCAA when it comes to his leadership in our conference and in the NCAA. I know that's not going to win me a lot of points to some of these other conference commissioners, but sorry. He hired guys like Dan Leibowitz or Garth Glissman, Mike Tranghese, to help elevate the level of men's basketball. And then the ADs in our league said, all right, we're going to invest in these coaches. We're going to invest in NIL. And listen, we are invested in NIL with our student athletes. And even though many of our programs come from smaller markets, in the state of Alabama, we are the pros. We are the pro team. And so we get great support. It has tremendous challenges, but the combination of the support from the conference office, the SEC network, and the athletic directors really stepping up to support their programs is why we got 14 teams in and 7 alive in the Sweet 16.
So one last thought, Bruce. When you think about your conference, what are you more impressed with? The elite play at the very top or the competitiveness of the teams at the very bottom?
I'm more impressed with the competitiveness of the teams at the very bottom. I'm more impressed by South Carolina finishing last and beating Clemson, who was probably the second best team in the ACC. I'm more impressed with the job that they've done at LSU and the commitment they have there. Just again, top to bottom. It's hard. It's a grind. And listen, if I ever find myself not having a really good team, I'm gonna get my brains beat out. But I'm not gonna let that happen because only the strong survive in this league, and that's what makes this regular season championship that Auburn's got, one of the most special, I think, that we ever will achieve because the competition was so good.